Well, many Toronto residents were surprised and a little frustrated to learn that the city had banned tobogganing on 45 Hills this winter. Councillor Brad Bradford is opposed to the move and is taking action, so he joins us live in studio to talk more about this. We've kind of joked around a bit about this, you know, the city sort of trying to ban tobogganing. It's this thing that people seem to be doing anyway. What are you trying to encourage council and the city to do when it comes to these 45 places where tobogganing has effectively been banned?
Well, this is the worst of local government. This is no fun city, Toronto. Remember, this is the same city that banned street hockey a few years ago. And so residents were obviously really surprised and upset when they found out 45 of their beloved toboggan hills were banned here. And so next week at Council, at the beginning of February, I will be bringing a motion forward to reverse the ban on the 45 Hills and provide a common sense solution that makes sure, as a Canadian city, as a winter city, families, kids can still get outside and enjoy the tobogganing at hills where it's taken place for generations.
It seems, Councillor, the big issue here is likely liability for the city if somebody does get injured, etc. How does your plan sort of deal with potential injuries or liability to the city?
Well, look, there's no shortage of liability out there here in the city of Toronto. I mean, we have skating trails, we have full contact hockey in our rinks, we have stairs that we don't shovel in the wintertime, and we post a sign that says the city is not responsible for any injuries. This should be no different than that. There are safety mitigation measures that we can do as the city, installing hay bales and snow fencing, put some proper signage up there that just says, hey, use at your own risk, but also allow parents and kids to make that assessment for themselves. When I was growing up, people weren't wearing helmets when they were tobogganing, but I take my 3-year-old daughter out there now, and lots of kids, you can see in the shot there, they've got helmets on. There are things that we can do to mitigate those risks, and if you do it safely, tobogganing's not a problem, and you know, sometimes you catch a little bit of air, you might get winded, but at the end of the day, it's part of growing up in Canada.
I mean, yeah, here we are. I'm on the couch after tobogganing without a helmet and biking without a helmet for years. Not that I'm encouraging that.
You made it.
But I made it this far. We'll see how far I go. In the meantime, we had News Talk 1010's John Moore on because we were talking about this topic this morning. And the one thing that came up, of course, was just, you know, it was the idea here of, you know, what enforcing this decision here. Like, you know, you've got bylaw, you got police. I mean, are they going to go around ticketing people for $100 for toboggan? There seem to be bigger fish to fry, it would seem to us.
I mean, that would be extremely embarrassing if we actually followed through on that. But look, you know, there has been significant staff time and resources put in play coming up with a tobogganing ban, creating the signs in the sign shop, sending staff out time and time again to put the signs up because they keep getting ripped down. And at the end of the day, if it's signed accordingly, bylaw could enforce and give little Jimmy a ticket for having an afternoon sledding with his friends. That's completely embarrassing. It's the wrong direction. City of Toronto gets a little bylaw happy sometimes. This is the same city that at one point tried to enforce cats on leashes. It's the same city that tried to institute a 2-stroke motor ban. So this is why people get cynical on local government. Let the kids go sledding. We don't need to wrap everybody in bubble wrap. And I will be doing my best at council to reverse the ban for families.
Last question's the toughest, Councillor. What about the snow? We need some snow. What can the city do about that?
Yeah, well, you know, not much I can do to help with that, but it is winter time. We sometimes get snow well into March and April. So let's make sure that when the snow flies, people can get the sleds out and have a good time with their family.
Absolutely. Plenty of time to get out there and have some fun. Councillor, good to chat as always. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Nick.